Hey everybody, welcome back to The Approved Cooking. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make biscuits and gravy. It's actually really easy to make and it's super tasty. Now, everything I've read on it, like every article I read on biscuits and gravy is they're saying, oh, it's a perfect breakfast food. I don't know if I would recommend eating it for breakfast. I mean, it is pretty rich. Don't get me wrong, it's very tasty, but it's pretty rich for something for breakfast. I mean, hey, to each their own. I would more eat it at like lunchtime or early afternoon or maybe even brunch, but like I said, to each their own. So without any further ado, let's get into it and I'll show you how to make this. Okay, so let's kick this off with making the biscuits, the recipe of which comes to you courtesy of BakerBetty.com. So thank you for that recipe. Get yourself a large mixing bowl like I have here. I just picked this one up and I really wanted to use it in the video. From there, go get yourself 2 cups of all-purpose flour, pour it into the bowl. Then 1 tablespoon of baking powder, also pour it into the bowl. A 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. And lastly, 1 1/4 teaspoons of kosher salt. If you didn't pick up on the theme, it's pour everything into the bowl and then whisk them to combine them. From there, go get yourself a stick of butter. Now I'm using salted butter, and you're going to want it to be pretty cold. Like I stuck mine in the freezer for 15 or 20 minutes to harden it up. What you'll want to do is get your grater and grate about 6 tablespoons of cold butter into your flour. What you're going to do then is toss this all together so that you get a nice even mixture of flour and butter, and this is going to create layers and layers of butter in your biscuits when you cook them. It's going to be just fantastic. Next, get yourself 1 cup of buttermilk, pour it into the butter and flour mixture, and then mix this all together until it forms a shaggy dough. Next up is flour your work surface and then tip the dough out onto it. Now what you'll find is this biscuit dough isn't all compacted together, like it's not one solid mass, and that's fine because what you're going to do is just press it out until it's about 1 inch thick, and then you're going to want to fold it into itself. I'm using a bench scraper here to do it. Fold it into itself 6 times. Press it out until it's about 1 inch thick each time, and then fold it in half. And this is what's going to create those layers of butter in the biscuits. It's just going to make it fantastic. After the 6th time you've folded in half, get a rolling pin and just roll it out till it's again 1 inch thick, and then start cutting your biscuits out. Now I'm using a actual biscuit cutter, but you can just really use whatever you want, something about 2 to 3 inches in diameter, like the mouth of a cup, for example. So after you've cut your biscuits out, you're going to have some scrap dough left over. Just reform it, cut some more biscuits out, and then on the last one, what I did is I just compacted it into the biscuit cutter until it formed a biscuit. Put them on a parchment-lined baking sheet, preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and bake these for about 15 minutes until they come out golden brown looking like this. Now, as you can see, a couple of them came out a little bit wonky. Those are the ones that I made out of the leftover dough after the initial cuts. But here, let me give you a close-up of the actual ones cut out of the dough. And you see those layers in the biscuit? That's exactly what we were looking for. Alright, next step, go get yourself some butter, melt it, and brush the tops of all of these, and they are good to eat. But before we can do that, we've got to make our sausage gravy, so into the kitchen we go. Preheat your pan, throw a little bit of oil in, and then get yourself some breakfast sausages, about 1 pound of it, and then in a process that I would describe as thoroughly disgusting, pull all of the sausage meat out of its casings. That part really grossed me out. Anyways, fry them up until they're nice and cooked. And then we're going to make a roux. Throw 3 tablespoons of butter in with the sausage, melt it, and then get yourself 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and mix it all together until it starts to thicken up. The next step is get yourself 3/4 of a cup to 1 cup of whole milk and slowly pour it in. Put about a dash in, mix it all together until it thickens up, then another dash, mix it together, and then pour finally the rest of it in. Flavor all of this with a little bit of kosher salt, a pinch or 2 of that, and a couple of cracks of freshly ground black pepper, and simmer this for 5 to 10 minutes until it thickens up to a nice consistency like you see here. Then there you go, you got yourself some sausage gravy. How easy was that to make? So let's assemble this and go in for some taste tests. Let's get a biscuit here. Again, I'm going to give you another close-up to show how awesome these look. I'm particularly proud of how good these biscuits look. And let's go get the sausage gravy. Pour a little bit on both. This just smells fantastic. I can't even begin to describe how amazing this smells. And let's go in for the taste test. Just cut myself off a nice piece here. As you can see, there's still a lot of steam rising off this. It's piping hot. I might burn the roof of my mouth. But holy crap, those are good. Oh man, that sausage gravy is spectacular. It is so flavorful. Very rich. Like I said in the intro, it is rich, but it is just so damn good. The biscuits are buttery and flaky from those layers of butter in there. And the sausage gravy is just superb. It literally tastes like breakfast sausage gravy. It is, I can't begin to describe how amazing it is. You should definitely try and make these at home. You won't be disappointed. If you should take anything away from this video, is how easy these were to make. Definitely try making them at home. But that's the end of the episode. I hope you liked what you saw here today. If you did, drop me a comment, like the video, or subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching Idiot Proof Cooking. We'll catch you again soon.